I'm going to talk first about some stages of healing from a survivor perspective. When I was at the university, I did a lot of autoethnographic research, which is real tricky. It's taking our own experience as data and then analyzing it as if it's someone else's experience or a wider body of data. And so I'll present some of my own experience through these stages, and the first thing that strikes me is that these emotional stages or levels really resonate with both survivor and supporter growth. And just curious, by show of a finger, like how you're doing today. If this left side, the anger and all that, is one, the frustration, the second column, and they kind of read from bottom to top. Like if the most shut down would be this powerlessness and despair, moving up towards anger, and then moving in from blame to frustration, pessimism up to optimism, and then positive expectations or beliefs up to joy. Could you identify just like one or a two or a three or four where you find yourself at this point? I'm going to talk about some levels, the context of development, I think both for survivors and supporters. So in this image you see the castle, and so that's going to be what I'm calling quadrant one. And with the castle you might make some big associations about an environment, right? About the authority, the way that's managed, about all the ways that the whole group is organized to support that authority. The source of life and water would be protected inside it. There's certainly delineations of the king and all the subjects, and there's even a dungeon. Right? The next one, the person in front of the water, I'll call quadrant two. Call it beach or coastal living, so castle living and coastal. Coastal meaning, getting out of that and having a new water supply, having something very kind of open. With maybe church history or just the way my own growing up in the Catholic Church, maybe one represented a kind of a traditional, historical, authoritarian Catholic experience. Two, maybe in a broadest sense, being kind of any number of autonomous Protestant experiences, just kind of individuality and related to the first, but certainly many variations, expressions of that. The third would be that whale fin coming out of the water, and we'll refer to that just as deep water. So being off of a familiar ground, whatever that is, and in a place that could be terrifying, could be just totally unknown and requiring a different set of skills. And that last one, that kind of mirror-y image of castle, is kind of like a new reconstructed land that we would get to through that deep water. It's not rooted, it's not familiar to that first one.